Maybe it falls to you now, Melania. You can end this reign of terror, and all you have to do is channel your inner Taylor Swift and walk out the door. You are not to ever again mention the bride catalog's return policy. Because there's another former model who's also married to a super rich Republican monster, Mrs. Rupert Murdoch, Jerry Hall. Melania Trump has been in the news a lot lately. I was talking about her in the monologue, and she's on the cover of Us Weekly with this cover, my side of the story.
Breaking, Trump's Twitter fingers are twitching. Bill Maher just delivered the roast of the century, and we've got the blow-by-blow of Trump's meltdown. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. From Melania jokes to jabs about his debate performance, Maher hit Trump where it hurts. But it's the punchline about Trump being the only president without a dog that really has people howling. Want to see Trump foam at the mouth? Keep watching. Picture this: Donald Trump stumbling around like a boxer who's taken one too many punches to the noggin. That's the hilarious image Bill Maher painted in his latest roast of the former president.
Your unhappiness is obvious. You despise his creepy little monkey fingers touching your hand. Melania Trump has been in the news a lot lately. I was talking about her in the monologue, and she's on the cover of Us Weekly with this cover, my side of the story. It's not anti-feminist to say that in addition to doing everything men can do intellectually, women also have another power. The power of the ultimatum. And we got a hold of Melania's. It's not in this magazine, but it's coming out soon. Would you like to hear Melania's 25 things you didn't know about?
Maher came out swinging, comparing Trump to a confused fighter in the ring who's lost his marbles. This time, Maher's jokes hit harder than a heavyweight champ. He quipped that Trump looked like he'd gone 12 rounds with Mike Tyson and lost every single one. Ouch! But wait, there's more. Maher described Trump's debate performance as watching a GPS have a nervous breakdown. Can you imagine your car's navigation system trying to run the country? Talk about a wrong turn. But Maher was just getting warmed up. He rolled out some of his funniest jabs, painting a picture of Trump that was more cartoon than commander-in-chief. According to Maher, Trump's debate answers were like a game of Mad Libs played by a toddler who'd eaten too much sugar. I don't know about you, but I'd rather not have a sugar-crazed kid with nuclear codes. And who could forget Trump's infamous stand back and stand by moment? Maher joked that it sounded more like Trump was trying to parallel park a monster truck than lead a country. Now that's an image that'll stick with you. But here's the thing, these jokes aren't just for laughs. Experts say that when comedians like Maher keep throwing these comedic punches, it can really mess with a politician's image. It's like death by 1,000 punchlines. People start seeing the politician as less of a leader and more of a laughingstock. So what made this roast different from Maher's previous takedowns? Well, it was relentless. Critics praised Maher for landing knockout punches against Trump. It's like he stepped into the ring and didn't stop swinging until the bell rang. In the end, Maher's boxing analogy was a perfect fit for Trump's recent public appearances. It captured the chaos, the confusion, and let's face it, the comedy of it all. But folks, Maher was just warming up. His next target, Trump's personal life. And let me tell you, that's when things really got interesting. Ever wonder what would happen if Taylor Swift gave relationship advice to Melania Trump?
And finally, new rule, Melania Trump must do what dozens of buildings around the world have done and take the Trump name off. But they left out my favorite feature in Us Weekly, which is the 25 things you don't know about me. Do you read about this? You are not to ever again mention the bride catalog's return policy. Getting men to change their destructive ways by threatening to leave them, humiliate them, or cut them off in bed?
No. Well, Bill Maher did, and the result is comedy gold that'll make Donald's hair stand on end. More than usual. Maher's latest roast took an unexpected turn when he decided to play relationship counselor to the Trumps. He compared Melania to a Slovenian Rapunzel stuck in Trump Tower. Talk about a fairy tale gone wrong. But instead of waiting for a prince to rescue her, Maher suggested Melania should take a page from Taylor Swift's playbook. Now you might be scratching your head, wondering what T-Swift has to do with the former First Lady. Well, Maher's not talking about Melania dropping a surprise album or dating a football player. He's suggesting she channel Taylor's independent spirit and break free from her gilded cage. Maher didn't pull any punches when describing Melania's situation. He pointed out her obvious unhappiness, saying she probably hates Trump's creepy little monkey fingers touching her.
Maybe it falls to you now, Melania. You can end this reign of terror, and all you have to do is channel your inner Taylor Swift and walk out the door. The Melania's list. I don't know if you'd like to, but these are her rules. Toss his boxy clown suits on the front lawn. Just tell him, I'm leaving you and I'm taking our child. He would be stunned. We have a child? Is there anyone left who can check Donald Trump? Yes, Melania.
Ouch! That's the kind of burn that'd make even a firefighter wince. But here's where it gets really spicy. Maher joked that Melania should not just leave Trump, but leave him for another man. And not just any man, a Mexican man. Can you imagine the Twitter storm that would cause? Trump's phone would probably explode from all the angry tweeting. Maher painted a hilarious picture of the aftermath, saying it would drive Trump crazier than a squirrel in a nut factory. Now that's an image that'll stick with you. Picture Trump, hair all messed up, running around the Mar-a-Lago lawn, yelling about border walls and prenups. So what was Maher's Taylor Swift-inspired advice for Melania? In essence, shake it off, girl, break free from that tower, leave the creepy little monkey fingers behind, and start your own love story, preferably with someone who doesn't have a spray tan obsession. But folks, Maher wasn't done yet. He had one more target in his comedic crosshairs, and this time he was aiming straight for Trump's ego. Buckle up, because things are about to get even more ridiculous.
And you two have a lot in common. Your husbands are ruining the world. Because there's another former model who's also married to a super rich Republican monster, Mrs. Rupert Murdoch, Jerry Hall. So kick him to the curb, slap away that hand for good. The man who got Trump elected and keeps his base ignorant. The man who killed Australia's carbon tax. I know he's rich, but is it worth Western civilization?
So there you have it, folks. Bill Maher's roast of Trump was like a comedy buffet, plenty to choose from and guaranteed to leave you full of laughs. From comparing Trump to a punch-drunk boxer to suggesting Melania pull a Taylor Swift, Maher didn't hold back. But here's the million-dollar question. Can laughter actually change things in politics? I mean, Maher's jokes about Trump's creepy little monkey fingers and his debate performance being like a GPS having a nervous breakdown are funny, sure, but do they pack a real punch? Some experts say yes. They reckon political satire can shape how we see our leaders. It's like death by 1,000 punchlines. Each joke chips away at a politician's image. So maybe, just maybe, in the world of politics, a well-timed joke could be the most powerful weapon of all. Who knew comedy could be so serious?